Hello everyone, I am Faith Njeringure and I'll be taking you through this unit, Media Marketing, DJL 2103, feel much welcomed. And in our today's lecture, we'll be looking at media marketing and trying to understand or even do a discussion on media marketing, have an overview of what is media marketing, different components of media marketing, as well as the products that can be marketed via different channels of communication, as well as try to categorize these products. We'll also be discussing the segmentation, how we can segment different audiences together with positioning. Welcome and move together with me. In our introduction, we'll be looking at different terms that will be coming across in our lecture, and we'll be defining what is media marketing and also media marketing. And in media, you find that media are channels of communication or different channels that are used for the purposes of transmission. And the media touches on the print. There is also the broadcast. There is also the new media and also the outdoor media. And marketing is just a process of providing information using different channels of communication. You're providing information that touches on the product, touching on the price, touching on the promotion, and also touching on the place where you can get that product. It's true customers and also target market wants to get the information about the product. Which kind of product are you marketing? Also, apart from that, they want to get information about the price. How much are you selling a given product? Apart from that, they want to get information about the place. Where can they get these products? And also, apart from that, the promotion in terms of the techniques that you're trying to use for the purposes of convincing the customers to buy the product. Are you giving them free delivery services? Are you subsidizing the cost of the product? Are you allowing the customers to serve themselves? And these are some of the information that are shared via different channels of communication. And with the media marketing, therefore, it's a process of designing, communicating, delivering, and also exchanging offerings that have value to customers, clients, stakeholders, and the society at large in the media industry. And therefore, media marketing, it's just a process of designing. You design marketing campaigns. Also, apart from that, whatever you have designed is communicated and also giving information on the delivering of products and also exchanging how these products can be exchanged. Is it through use of money, or is it in terms of time that you will give in terms of a given action? And therefore, that is media marketing. And now we will look at the components of marketing, and there are different components of marketing. And number one is the needs, wants, and demands. We as human beings, we have different needs, and borrowing from the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you'll find that we have different needs that touches on physical needs, that touches on belonging and security. And in terms of needs is things that we require to survive, and also the wants and the demand. Like we have physical needs of food, clothing, warmth, safety, social needs, and also the needs of affection. And therefore, you find that these needs were not invented by marketers, but they are basic part of human beings. And therefore, during marketing, this is what marketers tend to look at. They really want to satisfy the needs of the customers, and therefore they look at different needs that the customers have. Is it the need of the physical needs? Is it the need of security? Is it the need of belonging, love and belonging? And therefore these are the needs that they'll be looking at whenever they are marketing using different channels of communication. There is also another component of marketing, and that is the product and services, and people satisfy their needs with the different products and services, and the products can be the products that are both tangible, and services are the intangible products or even goods. And you find that a product is anything that can be offered to satisfy the needs of a customer, and they can be either tangible goods and products, and these tangible goods involve goods like soaps, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and in terms of services, they are intangible activities or even benefits that are offered to different people or different customers. When you walk into a salon, services are given to you. When you walk into a bank, these are services that are given to you. In insurance companies, these are services that are offered to the customers. When you walk to the courts, there are services that are given by lawyers, doctors, mechanics. They just offer services, and therefore in terms of marketing, you must market a product or even a service. The product that you're trying to market or the information that you're giving concerning a given product can touch on the services and also the tangible products and also the products that are not tangible. And you find that in terms of products can include number one, goods. And the example of goods, there is a soap, television, the television set, the mobile headsets. These are just goods. There is also services like haircuts, financial planning, and other products offered by accounts, doctors, patients, musicians. Also there is persons, an example of marathon winners, the football stars and players, the musicians. These are persons. You can even advertise or even market persons. Also there is places, for example, a city like Masai Mara, a place like Kinangop. You can just also market places. And to proceed, there is also experiences. You can also market experiences like hiking Mount Longonot or even Kilimambogo. You can as well market organizations like Red Cross, National Bank. You can as well market events like Olympics, World Cup. These are just events. You can as well market information. And with information is knowledge created and disseminated by teaching institutions and also publication by media. There is also the ideas. You can even market an idea on how to bake a cake, on how to cook, on how to even prepare some salads. You're just sharing some ideas, and therefore you can even market ideas. Also, these are just types of goods or different goods, and you find that marketing occurs when people decide to satisfy needs, wants through exchange. And exchange transactions and relationships is also another component of marketing, because in terms of marketing, you find that as you market, you're marketing a product to people, and at the end of it all, when they'll come to purchase the product or even to give their time or even to give to do a given action, you find that there must be that exchange and there must be that transaction, and also the relationship is a key element. And you find that exchange is that practice or act of obtaining a desired effect from someone by offering something in return. Maybe I want to buy a phone that has been marketed via the television, and if I go to the dealer or even the manufacturer, for me to get the phone, I'll be required maybe to give some money, and that's the exchange, the transaction. And you find that exchange allows society to produce more than it would with any alternative system, where else exchange is the core concept of marketing. A transaction also in marketing unit is a marketing unit of measurement. You can do some transaction, or even you can do some exchange, and you find that just beyond creating short-term transactions, marketers need also to have or to build a long-term relationship with the customers or the people that you have in mind that will buy your product. As much as you're transacting, as much as there is an exchange, you find that as a marketer, you have to maintain a good relationship with the customers. And a relationship is valued for the purposes of increment in sales and for the purposes of influencing the masses with the information that you are airing to them about the product. Also, there is also another component of marketing, and that's the market. You're not just passing the information to the air, or you're not just channeling your information blindly. You're channeling your information to people or to the target market. And these are the markets because the information will be received by different people in the market, and these can touch on the buyers who are there, and also the potential buyers who may end up buying the product. And this is the market. These are just the components of marketing. And to proceed with, we'll look at the market segmentation. You find for you to reach the customers, or for you to ensure that the information, the marketing information, or the information concerning a product, the place where people can get the product, also the promotion and the price, you must do some market segmentation. You must understand who will be the recipient of this information, and apart from the receiving this information, who will end up buying the product. And therefore, market segmentation, it's just a process of dividing a market into different groups, into subgroups, or into different distinct groups for the purposes of effective communication, or for the purposes of effective marketing. And you'll find that there are different levels of marketing. And whenever there is complete marketing, you find that complete segmentation, you have done micro-marketing. This is dividing your market or people into different groups, the micro groups, also the niche marketing, and segment marketing, and also mass marketing. Whenever there is mass marketing, there is no segmentation, because you don't have actual individuals in mind, or you don't have specific people that you want to acquire the information about a product. When you just segment a market out anyhowly, there is just a little bit of a segmentation. Also with the niche and micro marketing, you find that there is a complete segmentation, and therefore these are just levels of segmentation. And now we will look at the variables that you can use to segment your marketing. Remember, you want to get your product in the market, or you really want to get some information to be directed to different people who will end up buying the product, and you really want these people to understand your product very well in terms of the characteristics, in terms of the uses, in terms of the benefits. Maybe that you have a product like Jiko or even you have a product like a phone, and you really want the target market or people to understand about the features of the phone in terms of the specification, in terms of the speed, in terms of the RAM and the camera qualities. Remember, this information, for it to be successful, there must be that segmentation. You're trying to divide your group to divide people into distinct groups. And I'll proceed to the variables that you'll use to segment your market. And number one is the geographic segmentation variables. And you segment people, or you segment the target market based on the vicinity or the locations. And when you're mentioning the geographic segmentation variables, it's all about trying to divide your target market in terms of the location where they live, or the vicinity where they live. And you can look at the city or the metro size. Maybe you are targeting people in Nairobi city, maybe you are targeting people in Kisumu city, Mombasa city, cities, and also the metro size. At the moment we are talking at the Nairobi metropolitan, maybe you can be even targeting people in the Nairobi metropolitan or any other metropolitan, the metro size, or even the city. As well, you can segment people based on the neighborhood. Maybe you are in Nairobi County, you can also reach people who are in the neighborhood. And there are different counties that are in the neighborhood, like Kiambu County, Machakos. These are just some of the counties that are in the neighborhood, and therefore you can segment based on the neighborhood. To proceed, there is also the world, region, or even the country. You may end up even segmenting your market based on the region, like country, or even the world, the region. Maybe you are targeting the whole world, like the advert that is always in the international television on wildlife. Also country, maybe you are targeting the Kenyan people, or the people from the the Ugandans, or even you are targeting people from another country. Therefore you can segment based on the country and also the world region. There is also the counties. Nowadays we have counties. You may try to reach, segment, or even divide your target market based on the county. Maybe you want to reach people in Mombasa County, Meru County, Machakos. These are counties. Also, you may reach people based on the state, and the state is like a country, and therefore you can reach people in a given state. To proceed with, there is another variable on how you can segment your market, and this is the demographic segmentation variable. There is the age. You can segment based on the age. There are children, there are youths, there are also older people, and you may look at the age. In terms of gender, you may segment based on the gender. There is the female gender and there is the male gender. Also the income, you find that also people are segmented based on the whatever they earn. There are those who may be earning maybe below the taxable amount, and others you may segment based on that. Also there is the race and also occupation. You may segment based on the occupation. And in terms of occupation, there are those who work in the hospitals as doctors, there are lawyers, there are teachers, and you may segment based on their occupation. Also the level of education. There are those who went up to primary school, there are those who went up to high school, others up to university level, or even postgraduate studies, and you may segment based on the level of education and also religion. And you find that in different countries, or even in our country, we have a different religion. There are Christians, there are Muslims, there are Hindus, and therefore you may be having even products that are meant to fit the needs of the Christians or even the Muslims. And therefore when you are segmenting, you can segment based on the religion. Also the generation. There are different types of generation. There are millennials, there is Generation X, there is the early bloomers, and you can segment based on the generation. And to proceed with this, just an example of a picture or an illustration that has been used to bring out segmentation. at some point in different products or even in different places, we have seen such illustration, and you find such illustration are used to bring out the aspect of segmentation. And with this, you're able to know this is the female gender and this is the male gender. And you find these are just some of the signs that are used to bring out the gender variable, or to show the differences in terms of segmentation. Also, there is another illustration, and it comes with a question: what type of demographic segmentation is reflected by these ad? And by looking at the illustration or the picture, you can see that there is a kid or a child who is in the picture, and through that you are able to even understand that they have used the demographic segmentation, and with demographic they have used their age to segment, and therefore the products that are being marketed, they are for their children or their kids. And we will proceed with another variable of that can be used to segment, and that is the psychographic segmentation variable. And with psychographic segmentation variable is where you divide your market based on their social class, their lifestyle, and also personality characteristics. In different countries, or even in Kenyan context, you find we have different social classes. We have those of high class, middle class, and even low class. And also in terms of lifestyles, we all have different lifestyles based on our needs and our wants. Also personality characteristics. There are those that are introverts, and therefore with the introverts, they'll go for different products. There are the extroverts, they'll go for different products. There are those who are ambiverts, they'll go for different products, because this brings out the personality characteristics. And there are several questions that are here. What does consumer like or dislike? And you find that based on our social class, and also our lifestyle, and also our personality characteristics, we have likes and dislikes. Like with the introverts, they like being indoors, and therefore they may even end up going for the products that will suit their personalities. Maybe they want to spend their time watching. Maybe they want to spend their time doing video games, or even playing games like Scrabble, and therefore they'll go for the product that fits their personalities and also their lifestyles and social class. Also, there is another question: what are consumers' activities, opinions, and interests? And you find based on the social class, the lifestyle, and personalities, different consumers tend to go for different activities, and they have different opinions and also interests. Activities like going to gym, this is a matter of lifestyle and also personality characteristics. There is no, you'll find an introvert in an area that is too noisy or full of fun, and therefore you can use questions like what consumers' activities are, opinions, and also interests, as you segment based on the psychographic. To proceed with, there is the behavioral segmentation variables, and with behavioral segmentation variables, you find this is where you segment based on people's behaviors and attributes. And there is an illustration, and there is an illustration here. And you find that this is based on different behaviors, and there is a statement: benefits are characteristics or attributes of a product that consumers seek or consider important. And with the benefits, in terms of behavioral segmentation, people will go for products that benefit them as far as behavior is concerned. And you can see a computer here, and a computer has different benefits, and therefore you find that there is a graphic designer who wants to purchase a computer, and there is also a student who wants to purchase a computer. And therefore, when they are purchasing the computer, they all have wants that are different. They have similar wants, but they have different needs. The graphic designer wants to use the computer for the purposes of designing. A student wants to use it for the purposes of assignment. And therefore, they have different needs, but similar wants. And therefore, they will go for the computer even as far as specifications are concerned. In terms of the benefit, they'll go for a computer that tend to suit them. And therefore, in terms of behavioral segmentation variables, you look at the benefits, and different consumers will look for products that tend to suit their need, and the products that they can use based on the benefits that they get after using the product. Also, to proceed, you find in terms of the behavioral segmentation, you find that there is also the occasion. You find buyers can be grouped according to the occasion when they get the idea to buy or actually make their purchase. Look at a very good example like during Valentine's. People tend to buy flowers to gift their significant others, but you'll never find in a normal day people selling flowers all over. And therefore, even marketing can be segmented in terms of the occasion. You can market a product during a given occasion or even a given season. And we have seen it even during the festivities. There are products that are marketed during those seasons. Even when students or pupils are going back to school, you'll find Bata marketing their product. You'll find different supermarkets marketing the stationaries. And that's why we are saying you look at the occasion. Also, the user status, the status of the user rate, how much consumers use the product, and also the loyalty status, how the consumers value and find the product useful, and also the readiness stage. Are even consumers are ready to use a product? Like at this moment, we are all using masks, and everyone is ready to use masks and sanitizers, and therefore it's a very nice stage even to market such products that are touching on the hygiene and the control of the pandemic. Also, the attributes toward the attitude towards the product. Attitude matters a lot, and people tend to buy products based on the attitude that they have, and therefore you can look at the attitude people have toward their product. To proceed with, there are requirements for effective segmentation. And for segmentation to be effective, there is number one, the measurable. Remember, a segment must be measurable. These are a group that you can really measure. You can say these are youths, these are millennials, these are Christians, these are Muslim. Measurable. The size and also the purchasing power and the profile of the segment. It can be measured. You can really measure the size. You can really measure the purchasing power as you try to segment. Also accessible. Can they be reached out and served? These youths, can you reach these youths? Can you really reach these Christians? Are they accessible? Also the substantial, large and profitable enough to serve. And that's true. You find that if you target Christians with the Bible, or even you target Muslims with the Quran, you find that in terms of segmentation, they must be substantial, such that they are large enough to serve, and also large enough to sell the product, and also large enough to give this information. Also differentiable. You are able to respond to them differently with different messages pertaining a product, and also actionable. Effective programs can be developed. Now to proceed with, there is the positioning. We'll try to define the positioning, and this is just a photo of a baby that has been positioned, and we will proceed and define what is positioning. We can see that the kid is just positioned on a foot. And this is just what positioning means. It is the place the products tend to occupy in the customer's minds relative to the competitor's product. There is a place a given product occupies in our mind compared to the competitors. There are some customers who are very loyal to the Geisha as a product, and the others who are loyal to Dettol. And this depends on the positioning, where the product lies in the customer's mind compared to the competitors, and typically defined by consumers on the basis of the important attributes. The reason why people will go for Dettol and not Sawa, it's because of how they have defined Dettol compared to Sawa, and the place Dettol occupies in their mind. And for successful positioning, always identify possible competitive advantages. And with competitive advantages is all about the uniqueness. And that's why marketers, when they are marketing the product, they'll bring out the attributes of a product. Nunua hii sabuni ya Dettol inatoa pimples. Nunua hii sabuni ya Dettol it kills germs. They try to bring out the competitive advantages and the uniqueness of a product. And they are primary elements of positioning that the marketers can use whenever they are positioning a product for it to occupy the mind of the mind of the target market compared to the competitor's product. They use elements like pricing. And in terms of pricing, they'll bring out the item, and whether the item is a luxury item, and somewhere they'll bring out whether the item is a luxury item, and somewhere in the middle, whether it's cheap or expensive. And you find with pricing, even different marketers, they'll give different characteristics or the features of a product. They'll give you the benefits of a product, and after giving the benefits of the product, they'll tell you, regardless of these benefits, this product is cheap. An example of like a product that is usually used, like Colgate, they'll give you the importance or the benefits of using Colgate, that it deals with tooth sensitivity, and it makes your tooth white, the teeth white, and also apart from that, you can get the product even at a minimal rate, such as 50 shillings. They are trying out to use the pricing element, the cost of the product. Also, there is the quality. And you find that total quality is much used and abused phrase, but is your product well produced? And that's why in terms of the quality, they are brought out in terms of the uniqueness, or in terms of the features and the characteristics. And you find that customers go for the product that they think have good qualities. In terms of qualities, people really want to hear even about the warranties, the return policies. If you find that the product is not of good quality, you can return it. There is a return policy, and also there are warranties. You are guaranteed of warranties, and also apart from that, people want to go for a product that is of high quality. There is also the service. Do you have the added value of customer service and support? Is your product customized and personalized. Yeah, people want really to get information about the services that comes in once you buy the product. Also the distribution, where can they obtain the product and through which channel will the product be directed or relayed to the customers or to the target market, even in terms of positioning, as part of positioning. As you're marketing, which channel are you using to distribute this information? And also apart from that, how will even the target market obtain the product? Also the packaging, you find that people want to have products that are well packaged, and you find that how a product is wrapped or packaged really attract the attention of the consumers or the buyers, and therefore packaging can be used as you try to market your product so that the buyers and the customers can really fall in love or can really be moved to buy the product. We will look at different levels of a product. We have been talking of what is a product, and we defined it before and say that products are goods and services. They can either be tangible and intangible, and the services are intangible and they are the tangible products. And you find that the consumers goes for the product to satisfy their needs or wants and demand. And you find that there are different levels of a product. There is a basic product. That's the first level. And you find that when in this level, a marketer needs to concentrate on the core benefit of a basic product. They are really concentrating on the core benefit, the fundamental benefit or the main benefit of a product. And you find that a core benefit is the fundamental service or benefit that the customers is really buying. For instance, if I'm to buy a detergent, I'm buying a detergent for the purposes of cleanliness or even for the purposes of doing some washing, some laundry. And this is the core benefit of a product. So when the marketers are even marketing, they tend to concentrate on the core benefit of a product. Also, there is the expected product, and these are just the attributes and conditions that buyers normally expect when they purchase a product. You find that buyers and also the consumers have different expectations as they purchase a product. For example, how a good is packaged, how a product is packaged, how is this product packaged, and in terms of packaging and also in terms of pricing. There's no way you can market a product, and for it to be successful, pricing has to be reasonable for different customers. And that's why we go for different products based on whatever we find to be reasonable. And therefore, customers have different expectations, and therefore, in terms of expectations, they look for well-packaged, good, and also reasonably priced, and even availability. As much as you are marketing or you're doing some marketing or even some promos, how will these goods and products reach the customers? Are they even readily available, or they'll have to wait for the products to be delivered to them after some time, or they have to walk from one county to the other looking for the same product? And these are the expectations of the customers. And therefore, as a marketer, kindly touch on the expectations of the customers. Also, there is the potential product, and these touches on the possible argumentations and also transformation a product might undergo in the future. And we have seen transformation happening or even taking places in the different businesses. We have seen even some companies changing their corporate colors, like Equity Bank. You can see they have changed their corporate colors. They changed it as they were celebrating different milestones. And therefore, it's always good even to communicate the potential product. you communicate to the consumers even earlier in advance that you are to change the corporate colors, or you are to change your name. We have another name for Rabanka that we knew. We are calling it ABSA. It's operating internationally. These are the potential transformations, and they ought to be communicated even during marketing to the customers. You find that also transformations may take place even in terms of the product. Maybe they really want to change their product packaging. Apart from the packaging, they have a new product, or even a new way of delivering their product. Maybe before they were distributing the product on one basis, and now you can use some other mode of transactions, and this is more of transformation, and it should be touched when marketing. Also, there is the augmented product, and you find this is just an improvement of the product that makes it possible for customers' expectation to be increased. For example, we have like a petroleum jelly, or the lotions that we use, and you find that it is meant to retain the body moisture, or the moisture of the body, but in addition it's for the purposes of beautification, increased element when it comes to product. Also, it should be mentioned, apart from using Dettol for the purposes of bathing, it can be used for the purposes of killing germs. It can be used for the purposes of cleaning wounds. You are bringing out the increased benefits of a product. Apart from the core benefits, there are also other benefits. There are different classifications of products, and you find that they can be categorized into two. And in terms of categorizing these products, you find that different scholars in the field of marketing have tried to categorize a product into two: business product and also consumers product. And you find that the consumers product, they tend to fulfill or to satisfy the personal needs that we have as human beings. But for the business product, they are there to enhance and to enable businesses to run very smoothly in their day-to-day activities. And there are different categories of consumer products. And number one is the convenience goods. And with the convenience goods, they are goods that are not very expensive. And apart from them not being very expensive, they are goods that are frequently purchased. And a part of these purchasing, you find that the purchaser or the buyer, the consumers, don't have to think a lot whenever they are making a purchase. They don't have even to make a lot of effort when it comes to purchasing these products. We have a very good example. We don't have to think a lot in the morning whether we will buy a packet of milk. It's so obvious. It's a personal need that it's a good that is very essential to us. And also, apart from that, you find that it's not that expensive, and even we don't need a lot of effort to buy a packet of milk. Another example is like bread. It's so obvious, even you don't think a lot whether to buy a bread or not, because you find it's a product that is not even expensive, and it's frequently bought by different people, and also you don't have to make a lot of effort to buy the product. To continue with, there is the shopping products, and you find that these are just products or even items that buyers or consumers are willing to expend considerable effort in planning and making the purchase. And you find that the purchasers or the buyers spend much time comparing scores brand with respect to prices, product feature, quality, services, and perhaps warranty. And this is a very good example. We have phones. You find that phones are just products that we are willing to buy. You really want to have a phone for the purposes of communication or even for the purposes of other needs that you want to fulfill. And you find that you even spend time comparing one product to the other, or one type of a phone to the other, in terms of brand, in terms of prices, in terms of colors, in terms of features and qualities and the services that this phone can offer. And this is a shopping product. Also, there is the specialty products, and these are types of products that possesses or have one or more unique characteristics, and buyers are willing to expend considerable effort to obtain them. And you find that the buyers actually plan the purchase of the product earlier in advance, and will not accept substitute searching for product. These are just products with unique characteristics. And apart from them having unique characteristics, you find that buyers are willing even to make efforts to buy the product. And a very good example is like cars. You find that you'll have to plan earlier in advance for you to purchase a car. You even have to look at different features and characteristics. And you'll even have to move from one place to another looking for a car that really fits you. And when you're given a substitute, you really don't want the substitute, because you have already made in your mind that you want that product, and you had done enough research, and even you had tried to save or even to have enough money to purchase your brand or the car that you want. The other type of consumer product is the unsought product, and you find that these are just products that different consumers that don't plan earlier in advance to purchase them, and they usually purchase these products whenever there is a problem, when a problem that requires you to purchase that product arises. For example, the medicine, the painkillers, it's not something that you plan earlier in advance. It's not something that you just purchase anyhow. You tend to purchase it when you have a problem that needs to be sorted or to be solved using the painkillers. Or even the medical services and automobile parts are also other examples. You don't plan earlier in advance that you need a mechanic. You start planning like, today I need a mechanic. Sometimes we tend to go for mechanic services whenever we have a problem that we want to handle at that moment, and therefore these are unsought products. You just buy them or even purchase them or even require them when a problem that requires them arises. There is also the categories of business product, and you find that business products have been categorized into 7 categories. And number 1 is the installations. And installation, they just include the facilities, the office buildings, the factories, and also the warehouse, and also the major equipments that are not portable in an institution, and they are there to enhance the production of a given organization or even institution. And you find that marketers tend to market even for installations. Others will, examples of installation is the generators that are used in different industries. You find this is not something that is moved in the evening and taken back in the morning. You find that it's fully fixed in a given area. A building, you find that it's fixed in an area, and it's not even portable. But you find that these installations are there to enhance the production of a given institution. And you find also marketers tend to market installations. They'll market for generators, they'll market for machines, they'll even market for buildings, offices that are in different buildings. They also market for for different location for the purposes of if you need a warehouse or even to start a factory. Maybe there is a building somewhere that is vacant, and therefore marketers can as well market for this. There is also the accessory equipment, and this does not become part of the final product, but they are used to enhance production, and therefore they are goods that are used to enhance production, but they are not part of the final product. And we have a very good example like the file cabinet. We need file cabinets in the office, but these file cabinets are not part of the final product. Even if an institution or even an organization like Safaricom, they have different different file cabinets where they are filing different files. Their cabinets are not part of the final services that they give. Even if Ilara company have different cabinets for different file cabinets in their offices, we don't see just a portion of the cabinet in the product that is usually marketed in the market. Also calculators, they are used in the different offices, but you find that they are not part of the final product, and therefore these are just the accessory equipment. We also have the raw materials. And with the raw materials, they are just the natural, the basic natural materials that actually becomes, or they are part of the final product. And these includes the chemicals that is used in different organizations or even in different industries. They are mixed together for the purposes of having the final product. Or even the agricultural products, they are purchased and they become part of the final product. You find like offices that or even industries that manufactures drugs, they'll mix several chemicals, the chlorine, the hydrochlorine, and at the end of it all they'll have a final product that consists the ingredients of whatever was the raw materials. And to proceed, we have another category of business product, and this is the components part. And with the components part, these are just physical products, and they are joined together for the purposes of having a final product. These are not the raw materials, but they are components, different parts of that are more of a physical, and they are joined together in order to have a final product. For example, those organizations or even companies that deals with vehicles or even gadgets like computers, you find that they'll have different parts that are joined together for the purposes of having a final product. Maybe they'll have the different screens, they'll have even wheels, they'll have engines, and these parts will be connected together for the purposes of having a final product. Also, we have another category of business product. We have the MRO's supplies, and the MRO supply stands for the maintenance, repair, and operating items. And you find that these maintenance, repair, and operating supplies, they facilitate the productions and also the operations of an institution. And you find that they are used for the purposes of enhancing the operations of different gadgets that are in an institution or even an organization, and they are marketed. A very good example, the screwdrivers, they are not part of the final product, but they are used for the purposes of repairing. Another example, the oils, they are used for the purposes of repairing different machines and different gadgets, but they are not part of the final product. The cleaning agents, maybe a given equipment or even a machine needs to be cleaned. These are cleaning reagents or agents. You find that they are not part of the final product, but they are used for the purposes of maintaining, repairing, and operating the products that are in the institution or the machines and the gadgets that are there. Also, there are business services, and this is the seventh category of the seventh category of the business product. And the business services, you find that they are intangible products they are intangible products that are used by many organizations in their operations. You find like an organization will require financial services, and therefore they will go for these services in banks or even from owners and donors. Also, apart from that, you may find a company requires services from lawyers or even from medics. But you find that these services are there to enhance the normal operations and also to enhance the production that is in the institution. And you find that some firms or some organizations, they have their own business services, but for others, they outsource these services. For example, you find an institution need technicians, they may outsource for the technicians, and others have their own technicians within their organizations. And therefore, the business services is the seventh category, and it falls in the business product. And the consumer products and the business products can also be marketed using the different channels of communication. They can be marketed using television. They can be marketed using the print media. They can be marketed using new technology. And therefore, it's always good to understand the products that you are marketing, and also apart from that, you understand the target audience for the purposes of positioning your product well. Remember, they are competitors. And to conclude, you will find that the customers or the consumers or the target market that you have in mind, they tend to look for the products that are unique. And therefore, it's always good to position your product well in terms of the quality, in terms of the price, in terms of the services, so that it can outstand or even outshine in the society, or such that people will remain loyal to your product due to how you have positioned it. And that brings us to the end of our lesson today. It was nice having you. Thank you for listening and also for following up. May the Lord do you good. Thank you.
These televised lectures supplement our robust online learning going on our MKU online platform. You can view more on our televised lectures via our online platform. We are in a digital era, and Mount Kenya University knows this. The following are the steps to follow so as to complete your online application. Download the application form from the website www.mku.ac.ke. Attach copies of your academic certificates and ID. Pay the application fees via M-Pesa pay bill number 270988. Your ID is the account number. 2,000 shillings is the charge for a postgraduate. You can also deposit in the bank accounts provided on the website. Then email all the above to apply@mku.ac.ke.